Welcome back to the next section of this video. In this section, we are going to detail you about organizing your libraries. So we can open the existing library that we have created in the past section. I'm going to open the library construction which we have created. Okay, so I'm going to click on construction and then choose. So there are three subfolders which are called events, starting from foundation and then structure and then roofing. So these are the three folders. Now there is one video which is present here which I'm going to delete now. I'm going to say it, send it to trash. Okay, say okay. Now if you see, these three events are empty. Now we are going to start our work. We are going to import the video which we have learned completely in the past section. I'm going to choose desktop because my videos are located there. I'm going to point out to the location where the videos are located. So there is a folder called my home and underneath there are videos. So these are the videos which I need. I can select it by Command A and then I can leave the files in place. This is the major thing which I wanted to check. Rest all is fine for me. So I'm going to say import selection. So if the FCP is now importing these videos, okay, you can see that. All right. So all the videos are coming up slowly into one event called construction. Okay, it's done. That's why this tick mark has come. Now if you expand, you can see the tags that are created automatically with the folder name. Okay, these were the folder names. Because of the folder name, it automatically created it. Now next is to organize it. To organize these videos, what you need to do is you have to watch individually all these clips. I know this is a time-taking step, but this step, if you carefully do it, rest of the steps would be easy for you. Be it any project, take time to evaluate your videos. Now you may have to go through individually all these videos and see what it is, and sometimes you can decide whether to choose it, sometimes you may decide not to choose it or discard it. So for making sure, you may have to watch all these videos. So that's the time taking step. If you do it thoroughly, the rest of the work would be easy for you. It's good to know a couple of things before we organize our libraries. For any reason, if you want to rename a clip, you can do that. This is the name of the file. You can click on here and you can enter any name here. Okay, then hit enter. This is how you rename an event. You can rename a file, or even you can rename your main library too. You just need to click here, so you can easily rename it. You can also rename an event or a file with the help of the inspector window. We know that this is the inspector window. If the inspector window is not enabled for any reason, you may have to press Command 4. Command 4 will enable or disable the inspector. And another method is, here you can see a button here. This is also for enabling or disabling your inspector window. If you click on this again, the inspector will show up here, or you can hit on Command 4. And then you need to come on this I window. This is the information button, and then you can see the name here. Here you can rename it. Now it's good to know something about the events. You can merge an event or you can split events. So let us see how we are going to merge these two events. Say for example, after analyzing, if I found that this video has to be here in the second event called structure, I can move it like this. I can just drag and drop it here. And then after a while, if you think that these two events are not necessary and if you wanted to merge these two together, you can just click on these two by holding your command key. So these two events are selected. Then you need to come on file, and then there is an option called merge events. If you click here, you can see that the second event is merged with the first event. This is how you merge two events to one. Now I'm going to create the event. I'm going to name it as structure and I'm going to click OK.
So you can see the structure, the new event has come. Now, as we did last time, you can move your files, you can drag and drop the medias that you want after reviewing. If you find that this is good to be there in the structure folder, you can move it. Okay, it's up to you. Now, next is, after creating all these events, you may have multiple events here. If you wanted to order it, you can do that. If you come down to view, in view, you can see sort. Sort library events by date, or you can sort it by name. And there are two options too, ascending and descending. If I just click on date, see there are changes. And if I go and do the sorting in other way, name, it will change as 1203. Okay, so that's a change that you can notice if you do the sorting.
There are two views available in browser. You can toggle between that two available views here. The first one is called film strip view. That's what you're seeing here. And if I switch over to the next view, that's called list view. In film strip view, you can see that it is shown as a thumbnail, as a connected series clips. That's film strip view. So this view is especially good when you want to locate your clips by visually understanding the nature of it. But if you switch to the list view, I'm going to do that. Now it's all in the list. You can see the name of the files. You cannot see the thumbnail, but if you click on here, you can see the thumbnail or the video over here. But here in the browser, it's shown as list. And you can modify these two views by clicking on this button next to the view button. Here you have couple of options. You can arrange this list with the help of a grouping button. Now it's not grouped with any kind of criteria mentioned here. Now if you wanted to group it with a duration, you can select here. Let's go to the top and see it's shown as 1 to 10 minutes. So these videos are under the grouping of 1 to 10 minutes. And now you can see 30 to 60 seconds. It goes like that. So that's one option. Second option is you can see the waveform is checked here. If you disable, you can see that the waveform which was there is now disappeared. Now again, I will show you with the waveform. Look, now you can see the waveform is shown here. The next option is continuous playback, which means once after this clip, it will automatically continue to the next clip and it will go on. But if you disable it, now it's disabled, the clip will play from its beginning to the end and it will stop there. It will not go to the next clip. And if I switch to the film strip view, again I can configure that film strip view. I can increase or decrease the thumbnail size. You can see that the thumbnail is getting increased or decreased by adjusting this bar. And next is, again, you can see the duration here. You can increase the duration or you can decrease the duration, and based upon that your thumbnail will show up here. Again, you have waveform and continuous playback here, and you have the grouping button that we have seen it, and you can sort it also here with some of the sorting options. So these are the two basic views available in browser, and you can choose which one is easy for you. Sometimes it's easy to switch to the thumbnail view because you can visually identify your clip, but at the same time sometimes it's easy to go to the list view to sort it with your duration, name, date import, etc. So it's with you. You can decide which view you want it in browser. Now we are going to see how we can rate the individual clips. The rating means the one which you wanted to use it for your editing or actual filmmaking, or the one which you don't want it to use in your filmmaking, because there might be different takes of the same shoot. So you can find out what is the best and what is the least needed one. How are you going to do that? Say for example, after analyzing this clip, if I feel that this clip is a needed one, which is a most important one, you can select it as a favorite one. How are you going to do that? You just need to click on F on your keyboard. Then you can notice that there is a green line will appear very soon. I'm going to hit on F. You can see that there is a green line appearing on your clip, which shows that this is a favorite clip. And what if I don't want this clip? I reviewed it and I understood that this is not needed for my filmmaking. If I don't want it, you just need to click on delete, and then immediately there is a red line will appear on this clip. I'm going to click on delete. Yeah, now I clicked on delete and you can see that the red line appeared on this. Now with these two steps, I can easily figure out this is favorite, this is a needed file, and this is a not needed file. Why? Because I deleted it. And you might have a question now, even after deleting, this file is residing here. Why is that? Here you have the options. Now it's set as all clips. If I want only the favorite, I'm going to switch to favorite. Now I can see only one file. And if I wanted to see the rejected one, I click on here and I can see the rejected file. And if I switch back to all the files, I can see every individual clips. So this way you can easily rate which files are needed and what are the files that you don't need for your editing work. So this is a great advantage, right? And there are other options here like unused, which is a real help for you if you have multiple files in it. After completing your editing, if you wanted to see what are the unused clips, you can easily switch to it and see what are the ones which are not used in your filmmaking. Alright, so these are some of the options which you might frequently use in your editing. You can do the same thing. If you come down to this menu, you can see mark, you can set as favorite, and you can set as reject. What if you wanted to remove this marking, or if you wanted to use this file? You can click on mark and there is one button called unrate. Here you come here and then select on it, the ratings has gone. And you can do the unrating by keyboard. You can click on U on your keyboard to unrate a clip. I'm going to delete this, which means it's a rejected one, and if I press on U, the rating is deleted. Okay, these are some ways which you might need to use quite often.